just don't often hear. You can't do that.
You cannot go in this building. And eventually she went in.
The sheriff's office said Peterson had originally told them the wedding would be that morning. So just like during the week, deputies opened the courthouse that Saturday to make sure anyone entering the building was properly scanned. But when no one else showed up that morning, the deputies locked up and left. Hours later, Peterson arrived and opened the courthouse, ignoring the sheriff's office orders, and let the wedding party and guests wander the second and third floor of the courthouse unscreened.
If you don't go through the screening station and you're a citizen, you could drop off a gun, put it in the trash can in the bathroom. There's places in there you can hide things that could hurt people. Did the judge put it?
Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about the clip that you just heard, and plus the picture that you see here. And this is Judge Christina Peterson, and she is Douglas County, which is a county in Georgia, probate judge. So that clip that you just heard, that was a second complaint of misconduct, I guess, that she did. That was in 2021, allegedly, where she opened the court after hours, after telling the sheriff department that the wedding was supposed to be held in the morning, but it didn't. It actually happened in the afternoon, and the wedding party came in unscreened, as you saw in the clip. But that was I think when that happened, that was count 2, of alleged misconduct. Now we are in 2022. As of March 2022, she has 50 counts of alleged misconduct. 50. So we're gonna look over the article right here. I mean, when they say power changes people, this is like a clear example of power changes people. And what's so sad is she was elected during the pandemic, during 2020, and she is the first Black woman to become a judge in that county. And with those things, that's legacy. When you become the first Black something, the first Latina, first woman, that's legacy. So you don't play but legacy. But we're gonna go into the article. This is Fox 5 Atlanta's news page, and they have been covering this from since they heard from the first, I believe from the first count of alleged judicial misconduct. So I'm gonna link the 2 investigations that they did. But as of today, so this is 16 hours ago, now she's at 50 counts. Judge Peterson is at 50 counts of alleged judicial misconduct. Elected less than 2 years ago, Peterson must now defend herself against 50 counts of violating the Georgia Code of Judicial Conduct. No one can remember a larger number pending against a sitting Georgia judge. Let that sink in. The most recent allegations involve her comments during the HOA meeting at the Silver Creek Ranch neighborhood in Lithia Springs, organized as a friendly gathering so the neighbors can get to know the new HOA. So obviously some of these allegations are stuff that she said to people. So maybe in the 50, maybe not all of them can be substantiated. Maybe some of them, some people, they don't like you look at them a certain way, they gonna complain, especially if you're a public official. So maybe not all of those 50 allegations can be substantiated, but some of them are, because they got receipts. So instead, Peterson is seen on cell phone video telling the president she should call a special election. So she's telling the president what to do. She's currently suing the board, claiming last year's election was not conducted lawfully. So now she's suing the board, I guess this HOA board. I can only go by what our legal says, explained President Derek Houston. I'm legal as well, said Peterson. She later offered to drop her lawsuit if the special election is held. So she was allegedly suing them, and she wanted them to do what she said. If they did what she said, then she would drop her lawsuit. Okay, child, please. Those comments did not sit well with others. Of course, they didn't sit well with me. Reading that, you're gonna follow the law if you come into my courtroom, said Peterson. That's what she told the people. Oh Lord. Somebody else said, "You gonna follow the law." One whom not yelled back because everybody know, but this is some foolishness, and this is a judge. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! This is ridiculous. So, one of the first JQC counts against her dealt with a $70,000 settlement Peterson collected in an earlier lawsuit she and others filed against the neighborhood. The JQC said she failed to share any of the money with her fellow plaintiffs. So this settlement happened because you're going to find that out if you watch the investigation from Fox 5 Atlanta. She wasn't a judge yet when this happened. She represented the neighborhood. They got a $70,000 settlement, and she just kept it. Allegedly, she didn't share with nobody. She just took the whole $70,000. But at that time, she was not yet elected. She was not yet the judge. She just represented because she's a lawyer. Wow. It looked like it was a lot of back and forth. People was bringing up the $70,000. I mean, this is a lot. But you guys can read through it. This is crazy. This is allegedly one of the counts too, because this was her alleged Instagram page. She said she thought it was private, and she posted this, and she was asking if anyone like sharing their quarantine wealth. She put a cash out there, so that's like a solicitation. So I believe this is one of the alleged counts against her. A public official, posted this risque thing. Child, this is a mess, child. It says here many of the other counts involve allegations of dysfunction in her office and sometimes risque or controversial social media posts, like I just showed you, some made before she was elected to office. The Supreme Court declined to dismiss any of the 50 counts. So the 50 counts are going to stand. I'm sure they haven't probably, did anything to look into it, but they're not going to dismiss it. They're going to look through each and every one of them. But no trial date has been set. She's still a judge as of what today is, July 19, 2022. So when I first began, I talk about legacy. Like when you see people, and not only legacy, history too, because that's making history, because she is the first Black female. And this reminded me of Lucy Tondreau, who was the first female and the first Haitian female to become the mayor of North Miami. And she was in office from 2013 to 2014, so maybe like a year and a half. And then she got caught up in wire fraud, and she was sentenced to 8 years. She didn't spend 8 years in prison though, because she's already out. But to see how she messed up her legacy, because of money, because of power, power, money, greed, whatever it is. And sometimes we don't realize if we are blessed with the opportunity to be the first, even if you're not the first, you are like a public official, you get a high position. Probably people of your color or your race don't usually get. Sometimes you have to be very strategic and very careful how you move, because yes, you're happy, you made it, you got it, but there may be people that are not happy, and it may be people that have the same color as you or not. That's why you have to be very careful who you listen to, who you hang out with, who surrounds you, the moves that you do. because they could count against you. They could come back to haunt you. They could be your downfall. Because I think these allegations like started somewhere in 2021, and it just keeps on piling and piling and piling, and it's like, man, because where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke is fire. Maybe, like I said, not all of these allegations are real. It's probably like something trivial or whatever. But some may be real, because some of them, they have receipts. It's even one that a lady got married, and she didn't know who her actual father was, so she put the uncle's name, and then she told the lady she had to come to court, and then she put the lady in. She said the lady was in contempt of court, and she put the lady in jail because of a name, and she said that was in contempt of court. So power changes people, and it's like all of these things you have all these allegations against you. I mean, when are you gonna say, hey, let me slow down? Because you see, sometimes when, like I always say, especially with these young kids, they young kids, other people, when they break the law, and then they give them a slap on the wrist, and they don't get it. They give them a slap on the wrist, they still don't get it. And then one day you're gonna do something. All those slaps on the wrist gonna count against you. They're gonna count against you, and that's what they're gonna use to condemn you. Just like this. I mean, all these allegations, and you're not getting it. You're not thinking you're gonna mess up your legacy. You're the first black, and then you make it harder for other people that's coming behind you that may want to serve their community also. It makes them much harder, because, hey, look, we put her, look what she did. Then they're going to classify all black women or women like that. Once they get some power, they go to control. And I did not know that the judges, well, she gets, I don't know if that's in every county, in every state, in every city, in every municipality. I did not know they get to keep some of the fees. Like, she gets to keep the vital records, all of vital records fees. She gets to keep them. I did not know. So that's why she's making over $250,000 a year. She makes more. She allegedly makes more than the governor. She makes more than the Chief Justice of Georgia. She makes more than both senators. This probate, Miss Christina. And you'd be like, because she argued, they had a hearing, and then she argued, hey, I need to be getting paid more for all the stuff that I dealt with, and it was granted to her. And it's like she's making moves that's it's gonna end your career. When are you gonna get it? And sometimes, especially us women, we don't get it because we are not held accountable. Many times we are not held accountable. Oh, they just we doing actions that are not good, and then you have people making it, oh, they just don't like you, oh, it's just this. But no, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's something that you're doing certain stuff. Maybe she thinks she's above the law. Maybe she thinks nobody could tell her nothing or whatever. Because even when she did the thing, she let that bridal party in, and then they suspended her access. She wrote a letter to the judge, because the judge was higher than her, say that's racist. I mean, and then that will get anybody. Once you try to hold people to the fire, you try to hold them accountable. They just show, hey, you racist. Hey, you're a misogynist. Hey, you misogyny. Oh, you this, you phobic. You, and I'll shut you up. Because some people just don't like to be held accountable. Some people, you can't hold their feet to the fire. And I don't know, because she already have 50 counts of alleged judicial misconduct. and the Supreme Court say they're not going to dismiss it. So we're just going to see how this thing out. But let this be a cautionary tale. I mean, when you are blessed with a position, you are blessed with a position in society, in politics or whatever it may be. Slow down, okay? Know that you're blessed. Take your time. Be aware of the actions that you put out there, and calm down. And don't take things for granted too. And know that people, you not there only for yourself, but because you open that door, because you're the first black, that means that has never happened before. So now, since I have made the way for black women, for women, so now other women can come behind me and get an opportunity too. But sometimes we don't even think that far from the actions that we were putting out there, and then we mess it up for everybody. Anyway, let's see how this turns out. Hopefully she gets it. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.